Isaiah chapters 7 through 12, Judah's true hope, the Messianic King. In studying this section, 1. To note the prophecies of Isaiah during the reign of Ahaz, king of Judah, those related to Assyrian invasion and those that looked to the coming of the Messiah. 2. To glean principles related to God's use of the nations in exercising his judgment. 3. To consider prophetic suggestion as a concept to understanding biblical prophecy. Chapters 7 through 12 complete the first major section of the book of Isaiah. Jerusalem was threatened by Syria and Israel for refusing to join them in their resistance against Assyria. Ahaz and Judah were tempted to seek help from Assyria in the north and Egypt in the south. Isaiah and his sons were used by God to encourage Ahaz and his nation to trust in the Lord, not political alliances. Isaiah's prophetic utterances not only look to the more immediate deliverance from God, but also to the time in which God would provide ultimate deliverance for Judah. This section can therefore be entitled Judah's True Hope, the Messianic King, 7 through 12. Chapter 7 describes the Syrian-Israel crisis in which God sent Isaiah and his son to encourage Ahaz and offer a sign from the Lord. Though rebuffed by Ahaz, the Lord provides a sign related to a son to be born of a virgin, whose name would be Emmanuel, God with us. Some commentators opine that this prophecy had an initial fulfillment during the time of Ahaz, but was intended by God to offer hope for a time yet in the future. Nothing is more common in Isaiah than for him to commence a prophecy with reference to some remarkable deliverance which was soon to occur, and to terminate it by a statement of events connected with a higher deliverance under the Messiah. That this sign finds its ultimate fulfillment in the birth of the Messiah is evident from Matthew's inspired application of it in his Gospel, Matthew 1:18 through 23. While the sign was intended to show that Judah would be safe from the threatened invasion by Syria and Israel, Isaiah does foresee that Judah will later suffer desolation from Assyria and Egypt, the very nations from which Ahaz was seeking help, 7:1 through 25. Beginning with another sign, though some relate it to the same sign in 7:14 involving a son of Isaiah, we find prophecies pertaining to the Assyrian invader. Syria and Israel will fall at the hands of the kings of Assyria, who will then pass through Judah seeking to destroy it as well. Judah is encouraged to place their trust in God and his word with the assurance that better days are ahead. This sparks another glimpse into the time of the Messiah, when his coming and government will usher in peace and justice. In the meantime, Assyria's schemes are restricted by God, who will allow the invader to do only what fits the divine purpose in disciplining Judah and preserving a remnant of Israel. Once that purpose is accomplished, God will judge Assyria for its own arrogance. 8:1 through 10:34. The prophecies concerning the invasion by Assyria and its aborted end are followed by prophecies related to Judah's hope in the Messiah. From the branch of Jesse, the father of David, will come one who will reign in righteousness and peace, in whom even the Gentiles will seek. The Lord will recover a remnant of Israel a second time to participate in his reign. They will be moved to offer hymns of praise for God's wonderful salvation, inviting others to join with them. 11:1 through 12:6. As suggested before, the messianic prophecies may be looking to the time of the Messiah as a whole, prophetic foreshortening in which the inauguration of the Lord's kingdom and its culmination are described as one picture seen from a great distance. The actual fulfillment, its timing, what relates to the first coming of Christ, what relates to his second coming, and nature, is it literal or figurative, can be fully understood only as it comes to pass and with the help of inspired interpretations provided by the Lord and his apostles. See Luke 24:44 through 47 and 2 Peter 3:13 and 14. This ends Isaiah chapters 7 through 12, Judah's true hope, the Messianic King.